it involves everyone. Even if you don't skate, you might not like ride a board, but you can appreciate like the art that comes out of it. People who are like maybe afraid to get into skateboarding, they can get into skateboarding through that type of environment, you know? Like skateboarding is art, like the scratches on your board can be like art, you know? All of it could just be art. How your trucks are a piece of art, you know? I just think skateboarding is an art form, to me, more than a sport.
Okay, so for this episode, we have Beatrice Domond. We shot this in New York a few months back. I had met her in passing here and there over the years, but never really sat down and spoken with her before. And very quickly, you know, just saw how sweet and genuine and soft-spoken and just passionate she is about skateboarding and skate culture and really everything around skate. And as of recently, she's been curating a lot of art shows and kind of doing community work and really just trying to bring skateboarding to more people. Even if you don't skate, appreciating the art within skate. And yeah, here it is, Pack Heavy Chase Light with Beatrice Domond.
Okay, hi. Beatrice. Oh! New York City. Skateboarder. Professional fingerboarder. Oop, actually no. Episode, what episode is it? I have no idea. But we're having fun. Oop, that was a nose grind. There we go. 5-0. Whoa, what was that? 50 dolphin flip? I don't know. How do you start something like that? Like I'm just walking like, oh yeah, so about myself. Just talk about myself. I don't know, New York is fun. Great, it's, you don't have to drive. It's a livable city if you like walking and being active. That's exactly what I thought it would be. It's just like Hey Arnold, you know? Just like in the cartoons. You just go outside and everyone's just like right there, hanging out. I figured it's like more metropolitan than where I grew up, so the more city, the more obstacles, you know? Watching all of those videos growing up, like New York mixtape, and like compost and it was one of my favorite videos, and I just resonated with that kind of skating. And then Dill grew up skating here a lot. Like this footage was pretty like influential to me. So there's people like that. My favorite skaters just like were skating in New York, and that's where I wanted to be, versus like California, you know, the usual move. Skating by myself most of the time, which is fine because skating it can be that way. I don't know, like skateboarding is like both art and the actual act of skating, you know? It's not just about like clip, you know? It's about like being a good person and like, I don't know, I feel like skateboarding really portrays a life of like, you only skate and that's all you're supposed to do. You can't do anything outside of skating, at least when I was growing up, you know? And now, I feel like to me, Jason was the outlet to be like, oh, you can do other stuff, you know? Like seeing it. Yeah, you know, it's like, that's what I wanted, that's what I looked towards. So I was like, that's the kind of skating I want to do. Because I've always done art and painting and stuff and just drawing. And to see that, I like someone that's like, oh, that's a pro skater. I'm like, oh, I can still do my art and skate, you know, and still be a pro skater, you know? But when I was growing up before, I didn't really see much of that, you know? I just think there's different avenues of skating, and I feel like people forget that, like, it's nice to have diversity in skateboarding, or it'll be like, you know, it's get stale when it's all the same, you know? I like to see other things. That photosynthesis was used to be my Instagram handle. So, for a while, I think it was like, when did I start Instagram? 2011. So, maybe up until like 2016, 17, I switched it to just my name. But it was photosynthesis _ forever. I like that video that much. This is authentic issue of Thrasher that Mike Burnett gave me when I turned pro. My pro truck for Venture, which is cool. My first skateboard cover and only. Well, my first skateboard cover because I have other covers, but they're not skateboard photos. So this is my first photo book I read called Fly on the Wall. A little fly there.
Why did you call that?
Because just a little, I thought that's how I felt at the time. Just like a person just would like look around and seem to capture stuff, you know? It was really quiet back then. This one's crazy. I remember I showed Dill this first photo, and he was like, oh boy. He's like, we're fucking you up. He's like, what happened? Like, he's like, look what we're doing to you. He was like, so, just like, oh no. Yeah, this is cool. This is like my first apartment in New York, on Delancey, and I could see from my rooftop into the Supreme store. So I would just look and see who's in there sometimes when I was bored. This is cool. There's Sarah on our trip to Oslo. These photos I shot when I was in film school. So I took like a photography class for the first time where you get to like develop your own film and stuff. Black and white only though. But it was fun. And these were my first couple of photos that I took in that class in college. Yeah, this is a cool first book. Now I look back about it in the moment, I was just like, you know, when you're just doing something, I look back at it like, this is hardcover, and they're like, okay, let me do a full show and everything. It's very important. I feel like a lot of people, even if they don't admit it, they kind of change themselves to fit with the brand. And then you slowly watch them become themselves once they've established themselves in the brand. With FA, you go in being yourself, which is great. And so you just watch the progression of the human being, more so of them being like, fitting this mold to ride for something, and then like, kind of like masking, you know? What I think is FA is that I went in like, this is me. And they're like, yeah, we like you, we love you, like, you're great. And I'm like, okay. The only thing that can go from here is like me growing and learning, you know what I mean? Other than that, like, I'm just the same person I've always been. I was working on an FA collection where I made like a full like pants, shirt, oh, you know, the whole night. And then I got to go through Dill's archive and like play around. And Susan and I was just like making collages from a lot of his old stuff. And I was like, this is gonna be sick. Yeah, I got some shirts that I wanted to make and some gloves and a bag. Mike and Dill asked me to like, you can do a little women's line was fucking awesome. And I was like super honored. Because when I was little, I used to make FA shirts because I couldn't afford them, and now it's funny, like, there's my name right there. I don't know, I'm really like honored and blessed to like get to do stuff like this with FA. I think that's why I'm just grateful that that company exists, you know? I don't think I'd be able to ride for anything else and be my full self. I get to be myself 100% and ride for them, you know?
She does a lot of things, very artistic, expresses herself through different medias. But I mean, I know her, like talking to her about skateboarding is really, she has a lot of knowledge, yeah. She's always been she goes back in time and she finds inspiration from, I mean, the 90s, maybe even the 80s. And she is probably one of the most skate nerdy people from like my generation. I mean, she's younger than me, but yeah, it's pretty rare and it's really cool.
What have I been psyched on outside of skating? I don't know, lately it's just been like reading books and you know, I'm excited about side skating. I mean, I've always liked fashion and stuff and like art, and so create direct for a fashion or skate brand would be kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's like my next step. Maybe Vans even. Justin. No, that'd be sick. I mean, I feel like I do that a little bit now with the stuff that I get to do, but to have it be like something I do after skating, that'd be pretty cool. The only brands that I would create direct for in skating would be the brands I ride for now, you know? Just because there's been like history there and I know the brands really well, you know? But outside of skateboarding, it would be like, you know, the things I like outside of skateboarding, like Prada, Margiela, you know what I mean, Comb, and just like more of a high fashion stuff. Yeah, I mean, each brand has like something resonates with me, you know what I mean? Like I like Prada because it's like woman owned, you know? And I feel some type of connection to it, you know what I mean? Ah! It's windy as fuck. Don't ever do it. Yeah, a little bit. And then like you go and find more stuff and like you just I don't know, I've been living in the city more to sort out like, you know, more things. No, it's not really hard because everyone just skates from the Lower East Side to West 4th. But I branched out more into Brooklyn, like East New York area, and there's a lot more parks and spots out there. I mean, skateboarding has a huge part of like my art and like what I like in terms of like music and stuff like that, and like how I dress. Because I don't know, it's like a really big part of my life. It has been for so long, so it's kind of like. So it's not even like, oh, skateboarding influences me. It's just like me and skateboarding are like this, you know? So yeah, I feel like skateboarding is just like always been a part of my life. So it just influences me in everything I do. It's like art, music, like, of course, my, you know, collages and stuff. So how I dress, it's like, I dress so I can go skateboard, be comfortable, you know? Or more so fashion. Yeah, I mean, it started just like, because I'm a lover of art, you know, and a lover of community. So I just love doing things with my sponsors, just not skateboarding, you know. It involves everyone, even if you don't skate. I think it's really cool to bring people into skateboarding. You might not like ride a board, but you can appreciate like the art that comes out of it and appreciate the people in skateboarding. So I feel like that's why I like to do like art shows and have like and curate shows, just so people who are like maybe afraid to get into skateboarding, they can get into skateboarding through that type of environment, you know? A little bit more mellow and not too like toxic masculine, you know?
It's not like I'm an expert on what she's been doing, but I do know that she curated an art show for Stance in a gallery in New York. And last time I met her, she was talking about it. We kind of share the experience. I've done it as well in Gothenburg, but a bit of a different way. But curating is so hard. It's like so much work and thought behind it. Getting people together that fits together and making sense out of combining like skateboarding and art.
American Tourist is just a collective of people that I brought together. Emily Manning, Quentin Delbray, Seth Fountain, Josh Hong, Stephen Nestor-Otrowski, Alexis Gross, Zach Mole, Greg Hunt, Renee Henderson, Hamilton Harris, and Greg Simmons. Like skateboarding is art, like how your board, like the scratches on your board can be like art, you know? They're all different. Not everyone's scratches on their board is the same. Like that can be art if you wanted to, and like your graphics, like, you know, are art. So I just feel like all of it could just be art. How your trucks are a piece of art, you know? I just think skateboarding is an art form, to me, more than a sport. Oh, what do I do when I do? I don't know. It brings me joy. I'm less like insane. I don't know. I think that's the answer. I just love doing it. Yeah, I have no idea. It's like a part of me, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't have a switch to flip off. Like, this is my life, and I don't know anything else. And if you told me I couldn't snowboard, I would find some crazy way to snowboard. The DNA structure of me has like snowboarding in it, and my mind just goes snowboarding every day.